Hello and welcome to another one of my videos. Now today in this video I'd like to continue with part 2 and take a look at the lunch and dinner components from this US First Strike ration. So let's get these out on a tray and see what they look and taste like. And welcome back to this part 2 of the US First Strike ration. Now this particular one I've seen in part 1 is the menu 9, and from that I've got the components ready made for what I would consider the lunch, just to save a little bit of time. As we've said a few times in the part 1, the First Strike ration is designed to be eaten on the run, so they are really a selection of snacks and easy to go high energy foods rather than actual individual meals. But with that in mind, I've decided that I would have for my meal number 2 the chicken breast fillet with garlic and herb. I thought I could put those, so there's your protein. I thought I could put those on your tortillas plain, so a little bit of carbs. I'm going to take a look at this cheddar potato and artificial bacon bits spread or soup mix. Now it does say you can mix with hot water to make a soup, but seeing as that all of this is meant to be eaten cold and there's no coffees or heating packs, I'm going to have this cold as a spread. I'm going to also use the Beverage base powder because again there is no hot drinks, there's no coffees, and I'm going to take a look at the caffeinated chocolate pudding. So let's start where I normally like to start, and that is with the beverages. So we have the Beverage base powder lemonade. So I've seen these many times before. They're a regular component in the standard US MRE. Just bring my friend in there to help me open it slightly. Generally I find these little stick beverage base powders with very little actual content do tend to make the better tasting one. Purely artificial obviously, but I just think these actually make the better fruit drink than the large packs. So they're quick mix, they also seem to mix a lot better and a lot easier. Okay, so again these are seen many times in many rations, the tortillas plain. They do seem to be more supple when heated, but no heating sleeves. These are eaten as intended. They are cold. Obviously the oxygen remover there. And it's the standard 2 tortillas. Just try and separate them without them splitting. Nice and fresh, nice and soft there already. I can feel their nice quality. Should have a look at the chicken breast fillet, garlic and herb. Again, cold, nothing to warm up. There's a nice smell there, there's a bit of juice coming out. Nice chicken chunks there. I'm intrigued by the cheddar potato soup or spread mix. It says knead before use. I have kneaded it as with the standard cheese. I think I've just missed there, didn't quite take the corner off. Does seem a lot more runnier than standard cheese spread. Last but not least, take a look at the caffeinated chocolate pudding. Again, designed to be taken straight from the pouch, I'm sure. Just sucked through the top of the pouch there. Because I have and because I can, I've got a little bowl here, so I'm going to squirt the chocolate pudding into the bowl there. I'm going to get every piece of this out. If it is chocolate, hopefully I'm going to enjoy quite a lot of the chocolate pudding in that little pouch there. Let's move that to one side. So I think that's ready to go. Let's make sure everything's there that I need. So I'm going to start where I like to start, and that is with the beverage base powder or the drinks. This is just the lemonade. Nice, refreshing, not overly sweet, a little bit of tartness there, definitely a lemon flavoured drink. And as I keep saying, I do prefer those little sticks, a nice refreshing lemon flavoured drink now. I'm intrigued to have a look at the chicken, so I'm going to go straight in there. It's a chicken breast fillet, quite a large one, nice chunks there with garlic and herb. It is a little sauce there, a garlic style sauce, a little bit of chicken cold. Standard chicken breast, excuse fingers, cooked nicely, not overly cooked, not soggy. There is texture, it still has meat texture. You can see the chicken's coming away in strands. Very, very gentle garlic flavour. It's in the background, it's not strong, very simplistically flavoured. Simple chicken breast, cooked nicely, do need teeth to chew, has got texture. And the garlic and herb, very, very mild in the background, just a little bit of extra flavouring. I'm going to take a look at this chicken spread. So it is quite a bit thinner than the standard cheese spread. Bacon bits are crunchy. You can crunch them in your teeth. There is a background taste of cheddar cheese, a little bit like au gratin. It's cheddar cheese flavoured, crunchy, very strange texture for my own. Because of the creaminess of the cheese, it's very difficult to describe the little crunchy bits. It's almost like the sand in there. If you imagine you've got a soft paste with sand in it, and you can feel that sand blenching between your teeth. That is the texture. Obviously, it's got a slightly bacon flavour to those crunches, but the texture is a paste with sand in it. Very unusual for my personal tastes. I'm going to try, before I do too much, adding a little bit to this chicken just to see what, if anything, it does to that chicken there. Just gives the chicken a little bit of extra flavour, nothing untoward. I'm going to move this tortilla just to one side. I think one tortilla is going to be enough to try and make a little chicken. Break this up. The tortillas are standard wheat based tortillas, tried many times before. Fresh, recognisable in many countries. They are standard sort of wheat flour tortilla. I'm just going to make a sort of wrap using the chicken and a little bit of this bacon and cheese sauce flavouring. Wrap that all together. Just make myself a little sort of wrap to try. That chicken's dripping everywhere. I'll have a little try of that. To be honest, I do not like the texture and the flavour of the cheddar bacon. It's more the crunchiness. It's like I say, it's like you've dropped your chicken into the sand and you've picked it up and you can crunch the sand. But take away that texture, the actual flavour is quite enjoyable. Just very strange with that texture of crunch. I'm sticky. I need to bring in one of the moist towelettes. The chicken is tasty. The tortillas are fresh. I just think I've made personally a mistake putting that crispy, crunchy cheddar potato spread there. The wet naps, seen again before, one of the 3 provided in this pack. Not very strong, but certainly moist, certainly wet, certainly good for the job. I'm just going to use it to clean the spoon. Just use the spoon there for garlic. So I'll just clean that with that nap there. There's a little bit of paper at the side, just so I can take a look at this chocolate pudding. So very smooth, chocolate covered, chocolate looking pudding there. Nice chocolate flavour, nice and smooth. Little bit of bitterness there. Not sure if the bitterness is coming from the chocolate or the added coffee, but it is nice, creamy, chocolatey. Certainly enjoyable. Certainly going to finish all of that. So, first meal, little bit hit and miss. The chicken was enjoyable. The tortillas, nice and fresh. Personally, I just couldn't get used to this cheddar potato and the bits, bacon bits. The bacon bits just made it feel like you dropped your sandwich in the desert. You picked it up, dusted it off, but as you eat it, you could feel the crunch of the sand between your teeth. That was the texture this gave. For me, not a pleasant experience. The chocolate pudding was delightful, chocolatey, comforting, good taste of home, and the lemon drink, one of the best out of the US rations. So, I'm going to leave this particular meal here. Join me in a minute where I take a look at the remaining components of this menu 9 First Strike ration. So, I'll see you in a minute. And welcome back to this third and final part of this US First Strike ration, and the remaining components to have for my third meal or evening meal possibly is the vanilla dairy shake, there is the Italian style sandwich, some barbecue corn nuggets, and the cranberry raspberry First Strike energy bar. So the first thing that's going to need a bit of preparation is this vanilla dairy shake powder. It does say add 6 ounces of water or up to the line and shake 60 seconds, so we'll start there. This time I'm going to try and make it in the pouch because it's more of a shake idea, so I'm hoping that would be better option. Let's just open that up, and I can see there's a simplistic white powder down the bottom. Now let's just hope I can pour in water up to the required line. Very difficult to see. Just need to have a close look at that. Is that somewhere near? That seems to be. Oops, just a little bit more. Very difficult to see that line. Perhaps it would have been better if I'd have measured. So, seal, roll over the top, and shake. Now it does say 60 seconds. That's not quite 60 seconds, that's probably half that, but you don't want to see me shaking this for 60 seconds. So we'll call that it, see what happens. Now, obviously you'll drink straight out of the pouch, but I do have a glass for the drinking. There are still some lumps in there. I think perhaps I'll just give that a spoon mix. And that's thickening. Thickening as I go. Still a bit of powder, but best I'm going to get, I think. And then we'll take a look at these barbecue corn nuggets. Again, tough packaging, just bringing my friend there. Just empty a few of those little corn nuggets. Again, there is a large pack As you can see, this pack is about half full, so that'll be plenty just to demonstration. Nearly dropped the lot there. We then open the Cranberry Raspberry First Strike bar. Sticky toffee style bar there, and the Italian style sandwich, and it says sausage and pepperoni and sauce in bread. So pepperoni in bread, shelf stable bread, very much like the cinnamon bun. Be interesting to try a savoury shelf stable bread. So this is the main components of the last meal, not very large in quantity. I think I want to start by having a look at this dairy shake. This vanilla dairy shake. Has a good flavour, nice and thick. Actually tastes like melted warm vanilla ice cream. I can imagine if this was frozen, it would make a very nice ice cream vanilla flavour. So very nice, very sweet. If you think of vanilla ice cream melted and allowed to become room temperature, so it's not cold, that is the flavour. But it is nice, it is flavoursome, it's enjoyable. Same level of sweetness and vanilla flavouring of a good vanilla ice cream in liquid form. So moving on from there, I think we shall have a look at this Italian style sandwich. Now it's not very moist in the centre. As you break it, it looks very dry. Nice and soft though. Has a does have pepperoni flavour to it. It seems very acidic. The tomatoes in there seem like they're quite acidic. Whether that is the citric acid to help with the preservation, I don't know. Very dry, very thirst provoking. No drink now apart from at your canteen water. Personally, not a favourite of mine. It's dry, thirst provoking, and there's a strange acidity to the background. You can taste pepperoni, but it is just, there is something just burning. It's almost like a chili sauce, chili background. I'm finding it quite not unpleasant, but not a first choice, if that makes sense. If this is all I had and there was nothing else, I'd eat it, but it isn't something I would pick if I knew. If I'd had a first strike ration before as a troop and I knew this was the menu, I don't think this component would be one that I'd actually eat. I'd either throw it away or swap with one of the other troops. But it is a sandwich. I just can find the filling quite acidic, and with that quite unpleasant. Let's have a, I haven't got any water here. I think I'm just going to actually use a little bit of my spare water just to cleanse my palate. I don't think the dairy shake would be a good palate cleanser for that. These are only my personal opinions, but for me, I needed a drink of water to cleanse my palate from the sandwich there. Let's have a look at these Bbq Corn Nuggets. So, corn nuggets, seen a couple of times before now. Crispy, crunchy, nice, spicy flavouring. Difficult to describe the flavouring. It's not the sort of barbecue as you'd have as a liquid sauce that you'd have on meat. It's more like a paprika salty, paprika, peppery sort of flavouring. but it's pleasant, it's tasty, enjoyable, crispy, crunchy, side snack, nice tasty crispy snack there. And finally, the cranberry raspberry flavour first strike bar. Again, seen many times before, a little bit of sticky, sweet, toffee style raspberry flavour. Nice, chewy, sweet, flavoursome, enjoyable. There's a few crispies in there. You can see the cranberries, just a nice, sweet, enjoyable bit of energy. So, again, bit of a mixed bag. This is all the contents of the ration, apart from one pack of crackers, which I can't really find a use for. I suppose I could have put the cheddar and bacon on top, but to be honest, that would have just ruined the crackers, so I'll keep those for one of my adventures. There is a hot sauce, and that is pretty much it. Oh, and the cinnamon gum, which we've had 1,000 times before, cinnamon flavoured, good quality, standard US cinnamon gum. I've eaten those many times before, so I'm just going to not bother with those simple components. Overall, my first strike ration. Am I impressed? To be honest, I have to say no. They was all quick and on the go foods. There was a few familiar components which are flavoursome and tasty, but overall most of the components I didn't find to my liking, to my tasting. Are these a good choice, I think, for on the first strike ration, or would they be better with an example of a British 24-hour ORP? I think the British 24-hour ORP is far superior. So, these are only my personal opinions. I'm going to leave it here. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification button for future videos coming very soon. So thank you, and goodbye.